Today, I have something a little different for you guys. I'm calling it my back to basics shave. To go along with the mantra of using and appreciating what I have, the gear I'm using today are what I consider to be staples of any den, really. They are kind of proven, tried and true pieces, soap, razors, brushes, etc. that anyone can just pick up and use. First up, I want to talk about the soap we're using, which is Stirling Island Man. And we're using both the shave soap here, as well as the aftershave splash. You can see this lovely blue shade. It's not just in the splash, guys. It is also in the soap itself. Mine might be a little more faded after some time, but rest assured, this is a blue soap. So Stirling Island Man is a dupe of Creed Virgin Island Water, a lovely summertime scent that evokes coconut, maybe white florals, some lime, some sweetness, just good beach vibes. And this one's probably second, my second favorite Stirling soap. First is another dupe called Sandpiper, which is a clone of Yves Saint Laurent La Nuit de l'Homme. Also another great date night, evening wear kind of scent. Also, a quick shout out to Aaron from Double A Shaves, who recently used Island Man and really inspired me to use this software. Do me a quick favor, and after you're done watching this video, head over to Double A Shaves, see what he's doing, like his videos, and give him a subscribe. Next up for the razor, we're gonna go with the Rockwell 6S with the 6 plate, loaded with a Gillette Silver Blue blade on its second shave. The Rockwell razor, you'll probably hear me say this as we go through the shave. It's just always pleasantly surprising. I don't mind the design and the matte look of the 6S, but it's not for everyone, and that's okay. But just as far as performance goes, it always delivers. It's one that I can go on autopilot. It's got the right efficiency. It's got relatively low blade feel, even on this most aggressive setting. Just really a solid razor. And last but not least is this brush from Wild West Brushworks. It is outfitted with a 26mm SHD knot from Mad Good Razors, and you can just see from the colors, I believe it's called Coral. It's going with the beach vibes that we have for Island Man. And before we get any further, I just want to welcome you to the channel. Thank you guys for stopping by today. My name is John, aka Latherhog. If you are a wet shaving hobbyist or enthusiast, then you've come to the right place. We talk about all things wet shaving on this channel, hardware, software, the trials and tribulations of being a hobbyist. If you're enjoying the video, please be sure to hit that like button. And if you haven't done so already, please consider becoming a subscriber to the channel and don't miss out on any new videos. If you're so inclined and want to help out the channel, there's a few ways to do so. First up, there is the Lather Talk Patreon. Patrons, thank you so much for your contribution. No matter how big or small, thanks to you, the channel can keep going, the podcast can keep going, and I really appreciate your support. You might also find an affiliate link or two down in the description below. Feel free to use that to make a purchase, and a small percentage will go back to me. However, there's no obligation to do so. Feel free to not use the affiliate code and just do your regular shopping as you normally would. And lastly, if you're looking for some Lather Talk swag, a t-shirt, or maybe some other goodies, you can head over to our Etsy store. The link is also in the description below. Alright guys, that's all my plugs. I'm also working with about 4 days worth of growth here. So let's get into the shave. Alright guys, we are lathered up and ready to go. This scent on Island Man, as expected, is wonderful. If you're looking for a kind of beach-like summery scent, again, if you like coconut, white florals, and maybe like a little lime and a little bit of sweetness, this is a great scent. But here we go in with a Rockwell on the 6 plate, R6 plate, with a Gillette Silver Blue. So some decent audio feedback. Hopefully you're able to hear some of that. And as I mentioned before, I can really just go on autopilot. So now that I was just quiet for a little bit so you can hear audio feedback on the Rockwell, we can do some more chatting. So as I mentioned, we're calling this a Back to Basics. It might be a series. This Back to Basics series would be a good way to feature maybe some, I'm thinking Back to Basics includes more budget-friendly soaps, in addition to ones that have really proven their worth over time. They've stuck around. Stirling's been around, I'm pretty sure for as long as I've been wet shaving, and definitely as long as I discovered artisan shave soap. I still remember years ago putting my first order into Stirling, and they have a great sample. It's like a mini puck of shave soap, which you can easily get, I want to say like 7 or 8 shaves. This all depends on how heavy you load your brush, but easily 7 to 8 shaves out of its sample. So very generous sample size, very well priced. I didn't look up the price on the samples, but a few dollars, and I remember buying maybe like 6 or 7 different scents, and that was just an awesome time trying out the different offerings. They do have quite a wide variety of scents. They weren't all hits for me. I know like some, based I think like on Badger and Blade or Facebook recommendations, I tried like Pharaoh's Dreamsicle, Hot Apple Cider. So some of them were hits and some of them were misses. Island Man wasn't part of that first batch, but you know what was? Executive Man. That's right, the famous Aventus dupe. And for someone just starting out in wet shaving, Executive Man or Barbershop are still really great ones to start your journey with. And now moving on to the second pass. You know, I'll say I wasn't exactly sure what I'd be talking about in today's video, but going down trip on memory lane with Stirling is certainly a pretty good direction to go in. I also actually got to meet Rod and Mandy of Stirling recently at the Magard meetup, along with other wet shavers and other artisans, but such nice people. Happy to support them, and part of their part of the goodie bag for the Magard meetup was a sample size soap and splash of Bash, and that is a dupe of MFK's Grand Soir, a lovely rich scent. I did consider using that one as well, but I really wanted to use Island Man after Aaron had mentioned it. So again, AA shaves, check them out. Maybe in an upcoming shave we can feature Bash, because I really do want to use that as well, and it'll be the first new Stirling scent I've used in a while. But yeah, it's if you are starting out, kind of searching different artisan shave soaps and whatnot, Stirling is a great place to start. If you're kind of finding that you like this whole fragrance part of the soaps, they have so many options. They have more simple scents, they have gourmand / food type scents, and plenty of cologne dupes, which based on the amount of variety they have, you can really have a good time if you just like discovering or having a variety of different options. So that's my big plug for Stirling. I might not buy a lot of Stirling soaps nowadays, but I'm more than happy to point people in their direction. But going back to the back to basics idea, appreciating and using what I have, I think I can definitely, it'll help me accomplish that goal if I'm doing some videos with things that I haven't used in a while. Maybe give a spotlight to artisans that maybe not as many channels or social media is not buzzing about. Got plenty of those. And I should also mention, I forget how much I've talked about on the channel, but in addition to using what I have and appreciating it, tub kill soaps. I do have one. I don't think I've done a video with it recently, but it is a tub of Declaration Grooming's Trismegistus. I always have a hard time saying that. And that one's coming down to the wire as far as finishing it up. Might be another like 5-6 shaves worth, possibly more. I have been loading heavily just to finish it up. But as far as, I don't think, I've usually piffed or sold off soaps before I actually finished it. So it'll be the first tub kill soap either ever or in a while. So I'm actually pretty looking forward to that. If you're in a similar place to me at all, kind of being either anxious or overwhelmed with the amount of shave stuff you've accumulated, I would highly recommend identifying a tub kill soap or pile of tub kill soaps and be using that every week or multiple times a week, however you want to do it. It is quite satisfying kind of seeing a tub come to the end. It's a way of affirming I'm actually using what I have. All right, so we're done with the shave. Some thoughts. Well, you might have noticed I probably gave myself a little nick or something right here on the neck that I was tending to. So, like I said, even though I edit stuff, I'm not trying to hide that I might get a weeper or, you know, some blood here and there. So there's that. But yeah, Stirling, Island Man, wonderful scent. I did have a decant of the original scent that Island Man is based on. Really loved using that on vacation and I mean, specifically in the summer. I never used it outside of the summer, so that's why, even though I enjoy the scent, I might not own a bottle of it. There's probably other similar scents like I think St. Bart's by Tommy Bahama is usually one that people kind of point to have similar vibes. So if you're into fragrances at all, that's my recommendation to you. But in general, Stirling, even if you've been a wet shaving hobbyist for years upon years, don't forget about it. It's still great. It is my bar, like for a new shave soap artisan, I think, to be considered decent or even like acceptable, if you want to use that word. It's got to at least be as good as Stirling. And it's also really just hard to match Stirling as far as price point goes. I know, you know, labels and whatnot, that kind of packaging might not be for everyone, but they've stuck with something that's tried and true. Those green tubs, love them or hate them, green tubs. I think they're calling cards, so I have no problem with them. So anyway, that's my endorsement of Stirling Island Man. Also, the Rockwell 6S. I usually use the 5 or the 6 plate. 6 plate I think was good for today for 4 days worth of beard growth. And like I said, autopilot, even though you can see there is coming a little bit. Autopilot, but you still gotta pay, you know, some attention to what you're doing. This is a great purchase, one that is not leaving my den, just like I think I'll always have a tub of Stirling in my shave den. But I want to hear from you guys. Back to basics. Do you want to see some more back to basics where maybe we get to rediscover some things in our shave den? What would you include as a staple, whether it's an artisan or certain razor or razor company? What are your staples in your shave den? I'd love to hear from you. I do read the comments. I read them all, try to respond to them all. Let me know down below. But that brings us to the end of the video. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in today, for staying till the end. I really appreciate your support on this channel and your support on this video. So hope you guys have a great day, and I'll catch you next time. Take care.